What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another Read Aloud by Coach T. Today, I'll be reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Hot Mess, Part 4 by Jeff Kinney. But when I saw the boat waiting at the dock, I had a total meltdown. Shriek! So Mom got tickets for a boat that didn't have a pirate theme, and I thought we were safe. But the pirate crews caught up with us in the harbor, and I spent the rest of my birthday walking around in wet clothes. Sploosh! There are other things to worry about, besides whales and pirates, though. We just wrapped up our unit on Greek mythology in school, and the thing those stories make clear is that the gods don't like people going where they don't belong. So before we stepped on the ferry this afternoon, I took a minute to show some proper respect. Oh, mighty Poseidon, please grant me safe passage into your kingdom. At first, it was smooth sailing, but when the wind picked up in the middle of the ride and the waves got choppy, I was pretty nervous we might capsize. It was so rocky that half the people on board got sick. Oh no. In fact, there were so many people throwing up overboard that I was afraid I might do it myself. Bleach. I went inside to get away from everyone on deck, but the main cabin was like a hospital ward, which meant there was no place for me to escape. The ferry ride was only 3 hours, but it felt more like 3 days, and when we finally safely reached the shore, there was no one happier to be on dry land than me. We took a cab into town, which turned out to be a mistake. There were so many pedestrians clogging the road that we couldn't even move. Hey, move it, man! And nobody seemed concerned. They were blocking traffic. Mom was getting anxious about how long it was taking because the sun was going down and it was starting to get dark. Plus, she had the only key and she wanted to get to the house before her sisters did. So after sitting in traffic for a half an hour, she decided she had enough. We took our suitcases out of the trunk and walked 1.5 miles to our beach house, which wasn't easy with all the stuff we were carrying. On top of that, Mom didn't seem to know where she was going. I guess there'd been a lot of development on the island since she was here with her family on their last trip, and it took her a long time to find the beach house where they used to stay. Mom took out the key to unlock the door, but it was cracked open. And we were surprised to discover that Aunt Gretchen and her twins were inside and had already made themselves at home. Aunt Gretchen said they got there a half an hour earlier, and since the door was locked, they crawled in through the bathroom window. Then they put their stuff in the biggest bedroom, which Mom had been reserving for our family. No! I guess Mom didn't want to start the trip with a fight, so she just let Aunt Gretchen's family have the master bedroom. But the next biggest room was already occupied by Aunt Veronica and her dog, Dazzle, who were both in the middle of a nap after a long day of traveling. Phew. Phew. I was surprised that Aunt Veronica made the trip, since she lives in the city with her dog, and the two of them almost never leave their apartment. That's because Dazzle is famous, and she can't really go out in public anymore. The way it happened is a little nuts. Aunt Veronica makes videos for the internet, telling people how to invest their money. And sometimes Dazzle will walk through the background while Aunt Veronica was live streaming. But once her followers started noticing the dog, that's all they wanted to see. Creating a budget. Financial planning with Veronica. Comments. J Marcus 89 star. There it is again. Hip Hop Knob 98. What breed is that? Money Matters. Apricot Pug, I think. Home MKR. OMG, I need one. Aunt Veronica saw an opportunity, so she dropped the whole investment advice thing and just made videos about her pet. And within a year, Dazzle had 3.7 million followers and a line of merchandise that people can purchase online. It turns out that when you've got millions of followers, companies will send you free products so that you use them in your videos. After a while, Dazzle got so much free stuff that Aunt Veronica had to move to a bigger apartment just to handle everything that was coming in. But being a social media star comes with a lot of pressure, too. Aunt Veronica has to film Dazzle around the clock because when she's not streaming, she feels like she's losing money. Oh no. The end. Stay tuned for the next part in this reading series. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Hot Mess.